What?
I've been waiting for you, friends.
I'm not leaving you behind!
Dr. Wowie.
I'm not a terrorist!
Calm down!
Impossible!
Just take a look at this.
Oh no!
What's going on with that radio?
I have done all.
I told you. Ho. What?
Yeah.
Bad voice acting in video games for this week is The Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion.
Tyrannus was drinking at the Two Sisters Lodge.
Unfortunately, Captain Dion was also in the Two Sisters Lodge.
I love the voice break in that. It's like he just hit puberty halfway through. Tyrannus was drinking in the Two Sisters Lodge. Unfortunately, Captain Dion was also in the Two Sisters Lodge. This guy was supposed to be a beggar, and is supposed to be, talking like, oh, I'm an old man who needs some money. But then just partway through the next sentence, completely breaks off his little charade there and just goes, unfortunately, Captain Dion was also in the Two Sisters Lodge. Hang on, you're not a beggar! Oh god, no! Run!
They were in the lodge.
Two Sisters Lodge. Why did he need to emphasise that? What was so important about the Two Sisters Lodge and the poorly timed breath between two and sisters? It's just absolutely rubbish, that take.
He just couldn't hold on to his breath anymore, man. He needed to breathe in.
The Two Sisters Lodge. Calm down, pal. I get it. You're probably very excited to talk about it. Oh, let's just play it one more time, just for giggles.
Tyrannus was drinking at the Two Sisters Lodge.
Unfortunately, Captain Dion was also in the Two Sisters Lodge.
Lodge.
Honestly, you sound like you're 16 years old.
You must help. They're killing everyone at Waynon Priory.
It doesn't really seem...
They're just murdering all of them.
Help! You must help! They're killing everyone at Waynon Priory. Oh dear, this is rather bad. I am acting.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yes, I said the line. I said the line, yes. He doesn't really seem that fazed by it. It's like, oh darn, I broke a nail. You must help us. They broke my nail at Waynon Priory. Also, people are dying. Oh dear.
Did I mention that?
The little battle stuff that's going on in the background. I admit that was a bit of an editing error, but I thought it was just so funny that I left it in because going, yeah, ah! Calm down. That was Martin Septim, who was making some bizarre giving birth noises or whatever instead of actual battle noises.
The Knights of the Nine have prevailed over Umaril. Truly, the gods have shown us favor. Pellinol. Okay.
What? Okay. That was not an editing error on my part. That is actually what the audio clip sounds like.
Oh, just okay.
Just Pellinol. Okay. I mean, for one thing, he doesn't seem that cheerful at the fact that, the Knights of the Nine won! We've destroyed this really evil bad guy! Hooray! Huzzah! Let's crack open some mead and talk about cheese! It's nothing like that, just the Knights of the Nine did this and that. The gods have shown us favor. Paladin, okay. What the hell happened there?
Hey, would you like to go to the... Where did you want to go? No, I forgot.
I was just lagging through time as usual. Oh yeah, that happens. Oh wait, hang on. And Christian Rika says that he sounds like a rabid animal. Maybe he was turning. Maybe he was turning into a werewolf, and the editor decided to badly cut that bit out.
If the Mythic Dawn manages to open a great gate, Bruma is hopelessly besieged.
Just stumbled right across that line.
What was that? That wasn't English.
If the Oblivion gate manages to go open, then Reveal is lost. He doesn't sound very upbeat about... Well, I wouldn't say upbeat, because of course you're not going to be celebrating at this idea, but he doesn't seem very spooked about it, shall we say. Again, it just seems so lacking about these emotions of these characters, and how he just completely stumbled over... If the Oblivion game manages to... no need for so much... emphasis on each syllable right there, matey. So, in fact, Christian Rika, I don't blame you for not getting that first time round.
Mate, I can't. Not even second time round am I going to get that
one. Oh, God. Oh, sorry, I'm going to have to play that one again.
If the Mythic Dawn manages to open a great gate, Bruma is hopelessly besieged.
Stop mumbling and stop whining. Come on, you're going to tell me about Bruma.
All your charging needs for a very small chair. All your charging needs for a very small charge.
Oh boy, all my charging needs for a very small chair. Yeah.
Did he do it twice?
Yeah, that was another take he had to do twice. And okay, admittedly, this was not in the game. This was plucked from the game files. Some of them were thanks to a chappie called Public Gamer on YouTube. So thanks for that, matey. But yeah, I thought that this was a Wes Johnson outtake. I just couldn't pass up because it kept making me laugh. All your charging needs for a very small chair. All it charges me is one very small chair. Maybe
one
a chair.
chair, please. I am alone in this restaurant.
A very small chair. All your charging needs for a very small charge. Okay, you got it right the second time round. It's just, I think his voice got so low that it just went, for a very small chair. Charge.
I've been hearing disturbing tales about Oblivion gates opening all across Cyrodiil.
No! Well, thanks, thanks for that passionate outburst. That was probably the most passionate line in the whole game.
No!
Just,
please! He is a darling in his own ragu!
I've heard things about Oblivion gates opening. No! I've heard others say the same. Hey, Hyperion, I've heard rumors that Oblivion gates have been opening all around this studio.
No!
Goodbye!
Okay.
I just love how janky the voice acting is in this game. So, well, it's usually because of how it's programmed, because it's programmed to be very robotic, you know, like, good morning, how are you? Fantastic. I heard news. Oh, that is bad. Goodbye. You too. It's very robotic and unnatural, you see. And just to hear, I've heard rumors about Oblivion gates. No!
You do have emotions. Oh, well, we'll just put that on a tick. We'll give you a gold star.
I wouldn't mind if the fellow just went, I can't believe it, or this is not good at all. We should prepare ourselves. It's going to be really bad, or, you know, kind of be a bit more melancholic rather than just scream, no! Thanks, pal. Thanks. Yeah. No! The kids are trying to sleep here. You woke the baby, you moron. Bad voice acting in video games is in the bag. This week it was for The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. Mod Mania. This is where we discuss video game mods that are particularly weird and strange. We have none other than Mad God powers for The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. We're not done with Oblivion just yet because we've got some pretty crazy mods. Now, the Mad God Powers mod for The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, the open world RPG game, this was created by S3K Shun 5. This mod gives you the powers of a god of madness, or more specifically, Sheogorath, Prince of Madness, as he likes to point out. There's an expansion pack called the Shivering Isles, which is awesome because you go and visit the realm of madness. Pretty much stuck in the middle of it all is the delightfully bonkers Prince of Madness, Sheogorath. Someone looked at Sheogorath and thought, what if Sheogorath had a collection of crazy spells that the player could use? Well, there's quite a lot of ones. This chappie decided to create a lot of overpowered spells that gives you lots of health, armor, etc. Like, gives you like a cajillion gold if you cast a spell, whatever. I think some of the goofier ones. One of them is, makes it rain calipers. Then there's one called Cheese for Everyone, which is named aptly after Sheogorath's infamous line, which makes it rain lumps of cheese.
Throw the cheese!
Then there's Summon an Oblivion Gate. You can just like dump off a gigantic hellish portal and monsters come out. You can leap into it, climb into a new realm, destroy the gate, get teleported right back out, and, you know, standard fare in the game really, but that would be pretty cool. Just knock on the door and just say, who is it, Sonny? It's the postman. I've got a package for you to deliver. I'm coming. Then dump a gigantic hellish gate and have all these monsters overwhelm the house. That's gonna be pretty fun.
I'm gonna put a pumpkin in their cornfield. They'll be so confused.
This must be the work of the Mad God. Why is there a pumpkin in my cornfield?
Is that you, Johnny?
You rascal, you! Oh yeah, there's also an Oblivion Gate pouring out hellish demons are ready to kill me. But that doesn't matter. Look at my cornfield. Getting back on topic, there are more crazy powers for the Mad God Powers mod for the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. Summon an army of the undead, so that's pretty much summon skeletons, zombies, demons, all to fight for you for like a million seconds. Make it rain flaming deer, in case you want to pluck in someone and say, hey, you know you're a fan of Bambi, Hikari? Oh yeah, I love Bambi. Check this out.
I would probably have it rain diamonds, because in theory that sounds great, but then you realize the hardest substance on or in the planet is now raining from the sky, sharp as razors coming down on top of you.
I don't know, I would like a spell that makes it rain donkeys upwards into the clouds. That would be interesting. Donkey.
We had heavy rain, light rain, sideways rain, it even rained upwards.
An overacting spell where if you cast it on a person, that they're gonna overact all the time, so, you know, to say...
And then they say, my name is Jake the Voice Parr, I am acting.
Seriously, you're gonna get smacked, pal.
You're always welcome to fight back, Jake.
Well, I still think that casting a spell on someone and making them respond with, "Oh dear, Steve, we don't have cheese." No. Yeah, thanks.
I'd love to see that guy's reaction with cheese. We don't have any cheese. No. Who's gonna cover my tacos now?
I've heard others say the same.
Who will make Bender cakes the way he likes them now?
So that was Mod Mania, the Mad God Powers spell for the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. Now this week's strange game of the week is called Superman, Man of Steel for the Commodore 64. Alright, let's go into a bit more detail. Now, this was a Superman-centric video game from 1989, developed and published by UK software company Tynesoft. And it was ported to the Commodore 64, as you can tell. Getting into the game is a bit of a challenge in itself. You know, games these days, and you have to wait, like 2 hours just for the game to download, rather than pop it in, and you're already playing, just like in the old days.
You had to wait forever, but back then it used to just be bang.
Yeah, just hopping right then. Well, in this case, no. You've got quite a few hurdles to actually get to if you want to play Superman, Man of Steel for the Commodore 64. And that's one reason why I'm including it on the Strange Game of the Week, because, for one thing, you've got to punch in an annoying code to start the game, so you have to, you know, type in parenthesis, asterisk, comma, A, comma, 1, dee-ba-da-ba-doo-ba-da, some boring codes. Bang. Why you got to do that? I don't know. But
maybe they couldn't include a play button.
Just play game. Done.
No, Jake, it's a do-it-yourself coding kit. We're gonna teach you how to code while you game. That was it.
You gotta do some annoying coding, and then there we go. Now it's loading. Superman, Man of Steel. No, wait, stop. You've got to check your code card to get a number to persuade the computer you actually bought the game. Ugh. Crack open the box. Check the sheet. There's some grids there. You're thinking, oh, great. How many minutes am I into? Like 5 minutes already, and I still haven't played the game? I found the code. It's, let's say, 2. Beep. You press 2. Now loading. Superman, Man of Steel. Loading.
Please enter the loading code.
Still loading. You pressed the wrong one. Try again from the beginning. You hit self-destruct. Oh. No wonder no one likes this game.
Buy another copy of the game.
Yeah, this game has horrendous loading times. It ranges from about 1 minute to 2 minutes max. So it'll take about 2 minutes just to get to the starting cutscene, which is pretty cool. It's like comic books where it highlights a piece of a comic panel and says, well, Superman has just discovered Lex Luthor has been doing stuff like, I don't know, hijacking a space shuttle.
50 cakes.
He stole 50 cakes and you've got to stop him and do some tedious math along the way. And then, when it does the cutscene, another few minutes of waiting and loading, and eventually you get into the gameplay. You know, it actually spruces things up. 3 different types of gameplay, depending on which level you start. For example, there's 3D flying levels. There's about 2 or 3 of those where the camera's behind Superman and you're flying around, moving the joystick up and down, blasting incoming aliens and ships with your laser vision, which is pretty cool. There's an overhead vertical scrolling section when Superman is going at about 2 miles an hour and he has to do an escort mission for like a space shuttle or a satellite with a nerdy scientist inside. But it begs the question, Why isn't Superman just picking up the satellite, flying away with it at top speed, and delivering the nerd to somewhere safe? Why isn't he doing that?
Why isn't he just throwing them both into the sun?
Thinking, I don't need to do this is boring. But of course, Superman.
That was cool. Not as much of a good game, but that was cool.
At least it was more fun, but no, it's probably going to take 3 minutes to load to show you throwing something into the sun. So yeah, Superman has to go at the pace of a crippled tortoise, slowly floating in space, blasting asteroids which are all homing towards whatever you've got to protect. And then there are some levels where where it's like a side-scrolling section, pretty much fly from the left to the right in a spaceship. The spaceship interior, dodging enemies, maybe blasting lasers, kind of flying over them at top speed. Thing is, though, if you get bonked by a robot or a turret or something like that, you fly back at top speed like boing! Like you fly back about a mile just because you bumped or maybe bonked your arm or little finger on a robot. Then you just flung back.
Man of steel, more like man of rubber.
Boing! Oh, great. I just got flung back about 500 meters. Now to fly some more again. Boing! This is Superman. Why is he bouncing off everything? He's not flying into ring ropes. This isn't wrestling.
Accuracy is not the point. The point is to enter the code and learn how to be a coder. Then you too can be a better video game designer.
Again, I just don't understand why the game takes so long to load. What video game takes 2 minutes to load one level? It takes 2 minutes to load the frigging main menu. 120 seconds and more. You're going to be sitting there picking your nose thinking, yeah, I could just be dumping my backside right about now, but no, I've got to wait for this stupid video game to load. Superman Man of Steel. What a joke. Imagine if in a Superman comic or movie, you had Superman being told, Lex Luthor has just, I don't know, taken over the Empire State Building, he's got cyber-powered gorillas, he's throwing bananas at people, he stole my pie, do something, Superman! Okay, it's time for me to... Loading. 2 minutes later.
Are we talking like Sonic 2006, where there's a loading screen, then there's a 1 second or 2 second dialogue, and then more loading screen?
All Lex Luthor needs to do, if he's going to be starring in a video game which takes 2 minutes to load a level, all Lex Luthor needs to do is say, Superman, I'm going to use a great little plan to steal all the pie in the world. You're not going to do that, Lex Luthor. I'm going to kick your butt. Well, nice try, Superman, but you've got 2 minutes to stop me. My plan executes and therefore guarantees me victory in 1 minute 59 seconds. Oh, son of a... Loading. Okay, so that was the strange game of the week. That was Superman, Man of Steel for the Commodore 64.
What? I've been waiting for you, friends.
I'm not leaving you behind!
Dr. Wowie.
I'm not a terrorist! Calm down!
Impossible!
Just take a look at this.
Oh no!
What's going on with that radio? I have done all I told you. Ho! What?
Yeah.
Bad voice acting in video games for this week is all about Hitman, Codename 47.
Sorry, this park closed today.
Okay, right.
Right at the start, that was an Asian accent.
Supposedly, but he doesn't even sound disappointed. He's just like, okay, I guess I'll just go home.
Sorry, you have to leave the park. He sounds like he's 12. Like, some high-pitched, cutesy kind of character. Like, sorry, you have to leave the park. Okay, right. I am going to leave the park. I am turning around and walking away from the park. Yes. 47, are you a robot? Budgie wrote in and said that he doesn't know which is worse, the classically racist rendition of a Chinese accent or the robotic response. I think that's up for debate, quite honestly.
Yeah, they're pretty even. Like, I'd probably say the robotic response was my favourite part. Doesn't even sound phased. It's like, yeah, I didn't even want to go in there anyway, just I'll go home and cook up a pizza and I'll just go chill, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay, it's all good.
This is totally not some guy doing a really terrible, potentially offensive accent. Hello there. This is a Chinese accent. This is an American accent. Okay, right. I'm going over there now. I'm sad.
I haven't felt anything since I was 10.
Why is life full of pain? I cannot even go to the park. crawling in my skin. I'm clearly outclassing this guy in terms of voice acting skills, so let's continue with the sample, shall we?
Clean towels for Mr. Wolf.
You have 10 seconds, my friend.
Good!
Good.
Oh, one of my favorite
What
samples.
is that? Why is there a time limit on towels? 10 seconds. You have 10 seconds, Mr. Goon!
Oddly specific, I know. Now, this was set in Budapest. Clean towel for Mr. Wolf. I mean, geez, I get that you're working in a hotel. Well, supposedly working in a hotel, you know, disguising yourself as a bellboy.
You gotta sound like your soul's been sucked out, mate. He's just gotten into character.
Yeah, any normal person would say, clean towels for Mr. Wolf. That sounds like too enthusiastic voice acting right there. You must be an assassin. Kill him. Clean towels for Mr. Wolf. Ah, now see, that sounds like an actual bellboy. It sounds like he doesn't give a poo. All right, then. You have 10 seconds, my friend. Shout out to anyone who knows a person who speaks Hungarian or perhaps, you know, has a strong Hungarian accent, anything like that. Please share that sample with them and ask them...
That was Hungarian?
Yeah, that was a Hungarian accent, supposedly.
I thought that was the same bad Asian guy.
No, this is a Hungarian accent, apparently. He sounds like a stereotypical bad guy.
It just sounded like the Asian guy again, but he got a hotel room this time.
I'm slightly better now. I have a hotel. You have 10 seconds, my friend.
And then he dies.
The player pulls out a silenced pistol, and moments before he shoots him in the face, he just yells, "Gun!" Well, that...
I'm gone.
Is that how the Hungarians pronounced gun? It says gun. Watch out.
But my towel is still outside.
Get the towels. But he's got a gun. Is it a shotgun? No, it's a snooper rifle. He's got an assault rifle and a snooper rifle. How many countries do you think we're going to be offending by the end of this bad voice acting segment? Do you think maybe 5?
I'm imagining double digits.
What are you looking for, punk? A broken nose?
That wasn't even reprehensible English.
That was from Rotterdam. That was a Rotterdam biker.
What?
So that was a Netherlands accent. What are you looking for, punk?
Sure it was.
You ever had a guy come up to you and threaten you? You think, oh, this guy looks tough. And then he decides to go, what are you looking for, punk? A broken nose? It sounds like you've got a broken nose, mate.
And I'll take your house now.
The bikers in the Rotterdam levels of Hitman Codename 47, I love that their little biker gang is called the Flaming Windmills.
Oh.
That is the campiest name for a biker gang ever. And I suppose if you're going to be walking around talking like that, only suitable. Oh, look out, guys, look out. It's the Hell's Satans. Yeah, we're the Hell's Satans. Who are the people who run this bar? The Flaming Windmills. What's he looking for, punk? A broken nose? Whoa, jeez, I'm sorry.
Are you looking for a fight?
I didn't mean anything. My apologies. Don't kill me, please. Wow.
It is too late for that. You've already offended everyone in the bar.
What kind of accent are you doing, mate? It sounds like it's a little Scottish-Italian accent. Trying to do Netherlands accents here, Hyper. Come on.
I don't know. I thought the last dude was Asian. Off the case, mate, I have no clue what anything is anymore.
Gott in Himmel, it is certainly hot in here.
Yes.
That's one killer response right there, 47. And that gremlin sounding gent was actually supposed to be a German accent. So that's another country we've potentially offended here, Germany now. So,
Gott in Himmel, it is certainly warm in here.
Yes. Thanks for your contribution, 47. We definitely needed that.
It is warm. Thank you. Yes, indeed.
Yes. I don't think 47 was paying attention. I think 47 was kind of just standing there staring into space like, duh. And
just going, yes.
When this guy said something, he was like, yes. What do you think? Do you like the steam room or do you like the swimming pool better? Pizza. What? Oh, sorry. If you excuse me, I have to go over there and not kill a person. Smile and nod. Oh, right. 47, I bet you could lay down a conversation like that on a radio show like this, maybe, or perhaps maybe wrestling commentary. Wow, 47, he just did a chokeslam out of nowhere! He's not going to be recovering from that, 47. What are you going to say about this fantastic spectacle? Yes. Yeah, thanks, 47. You're really contributing a big amount right here.
No.
Okay.
Back up! I need backup!
What the hell? That was Romanian. A Romanian accent.
Everywhere, aren't they?
Oh, God,
We'll take a little bit of this area, or we'll take this country while we're at it. Or just a sprinkle of this, and we'll do it all wrong.
That wasn't even an attempt at a Romanian accent. That was just stereotypical, dopey, stupid sidekick, bad guy, henchman kind of voice, that.
Maybe that's what they were going for. They didn't want the Romanian. That was just a coincidence.
This whole voice acting segment is poo, seriously.
You chose it, Jake.
I know, and I'm partially glad and partially worried we'll get in trouble for it, maybe. But, honest to God, any Romanians out there who would like to write in and say that was the worst impression of our people ever, please do. I don't blame you, quite honestly, right about now. What kind of idiots are they employing in this place? And, you know, it's supposed to be like the second to last level, which has 47 pretty much chasing down his creator to kill him. It's supposed to be pretty serious, but then again, if you're going to be having guards like that going, backup, I need backup, it sounds like some sort of comedy of errors sort of kiddie cartoon show. You know, you get the evil henchmen, you get old Jimmy and Billy and Smelly and all these kind of idiots who don't seem to know what they're doing.
Trust me. Sit down. Down! Whoa, what did I ever do to you?
What did I ever do to you to deserve this? I'm offended.
I'm gonna write this on my blog. Down! Shut up, 47.
You chose this. You put this on the docket, and you didn't think about my feelings.
Zane's writing in saying that we're offending the Italians somehow.
How are we offending the Italians?
That wasn't even an Italian accent, you numpty. That was Agent 47 once again trying to act. That was bad voice acting in video games, Hitman. We sincerely apologize to everyone around the world for being subdued to that voice acting. If you are offended, please get in touch, get an email. Be sure to write down your problems and woes. Okay then, Tech Game Fact. This is all about none other than the Shantae series.
Oh yes, alright, hit me with this one. I am down, I am listening, I am ready. Body ready, let's do it.
The Shantae series, it's a pretty quirky side-scroller series, you see, because the protagonist is a belly dancer half-genie who whips enemies to death with her purple hair.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, she swings a noggin, smacks them with her wonderful purple hair, and delivers damage that way. Series creator Matt Bozon, or Bozon, he was inspired by his wife-to-be, called Erin, who was a bit notorious with her hair because apparently she would turn around quite a bit at top speed and end up slapping and smacking people in the face with her hair. Accidentally, of course. That gave Matt an idea. You know, compared to some people who might go, honey, I'm getting very sick and tired of you smacking me in the face with your hair. I want a divorce. Wait a minute. Smacking people with... Smacking people with hair? This sounds like a video game idea to me! And so the Shantae series was born.
Get whipped with wife's hair, turn into video game, profit.
Resident Evil. That was created simply because someone was mucking around a house yelling blithering rubbish all the time, and that was the reason why Barry Burton was created. As for other classic games like Hitman, the Hitman series was created because the creators saw a man hitting another man, and they thought, Hitman? This sounds like an idea for a stealth action series. Overwatch.
You're doing so well.
Overwatch was inspired because someone looked at their watch and thought, oh, it's over. We can't think of another video game idea until... Overwatch? This sounds like an idea for a great team multiplayer shooter.
There are not enough boards in the world to smash my head through right now.
Enough puns. I can't think of many other games like...
Oh, what about someone was playing Skyrim and they go, I like Skyrim too. Skyrim 2.
This makes me rage. You
now
know...
we're even, son.
Anyone who calls an Elder Scrolls sequel Skyrim 2 needs to get smacked in the face with a cold, wet fish. Honestly.
What are they going to call it? Oblivion, the prequel? No, it's going to be Skyrim 2.
No, you call it the Elder Scrolls 6, and then wherever it's set, if it's set on elsewhere, or set in Mars, or set in a black hole, I don't care.
I did forget to say the first part. Elder Scrolls 6, Skyrim 2.
Hyper, get out.
I will take my briefcase and my kittens, and I will leave.
That was all about Shantae, the Shantae series, and how that game came to be with the protagonist smacking off with her hair. And it's all because of the creator's wife never deciding to not smack people with her hairdo. Now, this week's strange game of the week is LA Noire VR.
Why VR?
Everything's in VR these days.
I know, there's even a Skyrim port, but of course there is, but come on!
Everything. Cooking.
What do you need one for?
Fighting, shooting, snogging chicks, all those things that you're probably never going to do in your whole life, you can do in VR. Cool!
Good, it's just illegal.
With VR, you have the power to go around as none other than Cole Phelps in a crime-ridden post-World War II Los Angeles. In this neo-noir detective game, you're part of the police force, you're out of the army, you're going around the streets as a detective. Interview people, say, what's been going on? I heard there's a crime going on. Well, I heard this and that, and you gotta interview them, see if they're lying, extract the truth, then go to the crime scenes, check for clues, get in the car, do some car chases, maybe solve some crimes on the streets. The core kind of game is the puzzle elements, detective elements, and there's a bit of shooting and driving kind of thrown into the mix. Nothing particularly deep, really. I mean, it's no Grand Theft Auto. Simply put, it's no Grand Theft Auto. In any case, LA Noire in VR, it's even more hilarious. You got the two controllers, when you're in VR mode. Slap on the goggles and think, wow, I'm moving my head, and it's moving the in-game head. It's all from a first-person view now, and you can see the little fingers that you're using to pick up, let's say cartridges, bullets, so you can examine them and go, oh yes, it's this brand of bullet, and I see a blood stain on this wallet with an ID in it, and I'm picking it up with VR power. Ooh, I'm a detective. But as cool as it sounds, yeah, inspecting stuff and using VR to duck and shoot enemies from behind cover, you're given a bit too much freedom.
Too much?
Yeah, I mean, that's one way to put it, I suppose. You're given a bit too much freedom. For example, you can doodle in your notebook, so when you're interviewing people and you're not choosing a question, you can actually use the VR controllers and start drawing in it. Just drawing silly little doodles or facial hair on the suspect pictures.
Okay. With the crayon?
I'm a good drawer. Phelps, supposed to be interviewing this person. Shut up, Steve! Look, I draw them on the back of a horsey. It's funny. Officer, are you gonna interview me anytime soon? I have information regarding the guy. Shut up and stay still. I gotta get this face right. She's got a cowboy hat now. That's a cool drawing. What are we doing? Then you could do like fist fights with people. Again, the shooting and fighting, like I say, are pretty bare bones. There's nothing special. Budgie's quite right when he says that the game itself doesn't really have a lot of replay value because it's fairly linear how you do things. If you complete the crime,
street game.
Yeah, if you complete the case and even if you make mistakes, it's done. You couldn't have done it any better unless you wanted to if you're a perfectionist, but it doesn't change anything. Shooting, that's all the same, the driving's all the same, but in VR mode though, well, I've been checking out a few Let's Plays and people have been like dropping the gun all the time due to some dodgy controls and swinging the gun around, shooting aimlessly. When they're fighting, not only have they been trying to, swing their fists to knock someone out in VR mode, you can actually use VR to smack enemies, like
I don't understand why you'd want to play VR of this, when you could literally just go play that VR where you just pick an anime sprite or anything you want and just walk around and you can pick up guns and all kinds of things. You can do all this cool stuff, but instead, now what we're going to do is we're going to walk in a straight line. Oh, we solved the murder as a team, guys.
Okay, it's not a corridor shooter, so there's reassurance there. Thing is, like I say, what's great about LA Noire VR is that it's not supposed to be a goofy VR game, but because the developers gave it far too much freedom for the player, you can make it really, really balmy, silly sorts of experiences out of the whole thing. I think one of my favorite things is during cutscenes, and like I say, this is all from the first-person view of Super Detective Cole Phelps, you can wave your arms around, and it's just like the game. The same cutscenes, you can wave your arms around, no one reacts, you can do things like, when you solve the tutorial, and the Irish police officer, he goes, "You did a fantastic job, Officer Phelps." It is officer, isn't it? How does detective sound? Is a tip.
Ooh.
Get yourself 2 suits, have them pressed by Monday morning, lad. You've got a future.
You just got given a suit. And
when the Let's Player was doing that, he was like kind of fist bumping all the time, like, and then he was stroking the chief's face. and just stroking his hair, then picking his nose in VR mode. And again, the NPCs don't react to this. They don't actually react at all. No, they're not programmed to, because they've already had their lines recorded ages ago, because the original game that the VR thing is based on, that came out in about 2010 or so. Having the chief kind of just standing there while you're using VR mode to stroke his face, or pat him on the back, or pick his nose is brilliant. I can just imagine. Excellent work, Phelps. Or is it Detective Phelps? Yeah, I know you're excited because you're fist bumping and you're thrusting your hips in my general direction, lad.
They all get a promotion. They start just thrusting everywhere. They've got their suits on and it's all a good time.
Why are you picking my nose? I don't know, but that must mean that you're very happy for me, and you're stroking my face, Phelps. This makes me very happy. So get yourself 2 suits, and no, don't touch myself there, lad. No. This VR mode.
We celebrate together, but that's a bit weird.
This VR mode, it's clearly having some strange effects on your head. So get yourself some rest, and let's not talk about the wife about this.
Ever again.
Ever again. That was the strange game of the week. LA Noire VR. Unintentionally hilarious VR hilarity.
What? I've been waiting for you, friends.
I'm not leaving you behind!
Dr. Wowie.
I'm not a terrorist! Calm down!
Impossible!
Just take a look at this.
Oh no!
What's going on with that radio? I have done all I told you. Ho! What?
Yeah.
Band voice acting in video games for this week is none other than Resident Evil.
What is this?
Wow. What a mansion!
Albert Wesker with that fantastic piece of info. I can imagine Albert Wesker as maybe someone trying to sell property, saying, "All right, follow me, and I'll show you a great house." Wow, what a mansion! Well, he is right. It does seem like a very wonderful home. Yes, I am persuaded. I'll buy it, Mr. Wesker.
Barry in the background going, "What is this?
What is this?" That's a vase. Wow, the future is here. I'll be 5 minutes. Please don't look, everyone. No, Barry, that's not a toilet. Barry.
Yeah.
I can just imagine that being some sort of slapstick kind of comedy with Barry.
Barry! He did it again!
You little rascal, you. Resident Evil was filmed in front of a live studio audience.
We gave them refunds afterwards. It was not worth their time.
Do you have any idea what Wesker was going to show you at the back of this place?
The world's most powerful biological weapon.
Again with the out of context things here.
It's just a biological weapon.
Yeah, of what kind?
It's so big and strong. What? We were just talking about the tyrant. It's 12 foot tall. It's a big mean monster. What did you think we were talking about, Barry? Baka? Out of context, it does seem a little bit dodgy saying that.
It is.
At the back of the place, that Wesker was going to show Jill the world's ultimate biological weapon.
Round back. Yeah.
Just part of like something like The Room, maybe.
Oh god.
The Resident Evil.
Me apart, Wesker.
Basically, Resident Evil is The Room of video games in terms of writing and voice acting. I think it's only fair that we make that comparison.
Stop it! Don't open that door!
But Chris is...
What is it?
What is it?
There are a lot of things wrong with that.
What do you think it is, Barry, mate? What is it?
It's someone kicking his foot against the wall.
Oh, for a second there, I thought someone was trying to get killed. Barry, how did he get this job exactly? I was really good at back rubs. I knew how to back rub the right people. Wesker sounded like he's lagging through time there. Stop it. Don't open that door.
When did Will Shantae get this job?
Stop it. Don't open that door.
Before I changed my mind.
What can I say, Barry Burton? You blew it. If the need wasn't so great. Captain's log. Stardate 1234. Unfortunately, it seems we are trapped in a mansion. I exclaimed, "Wow, what a mansion." Barry Burton decided to hear a gunshot and say, "What is it?" What a shame this is. Star Trek 12, The Resident Evil Files. See William Shatner in his greatest act yet. Captain, zombies on the starboard bow. Again with the zombies. What is it? Barry, have you shot a gun before? Look out, Barry! Where did that come from? Honestly, he's like a dog. Overly enthusiastic dog, like, what, where we go? Where we going, Jill? Tell me. Come on, Barry, get the stick, go. Okay, Jill, I'll get the stick. Oh, no zombies, Jill.
Everybody in Resident Evil is such a massive hindrance to each other. Like, even the character you play as is a hindrance to yourself.
A group of misfits, they don't know what to do. No one knows what's going on. They're all dazed and confused.
Okay, let me handle this. Stay alert!
They go walking off as if to leave the room, and then Wesker goes,
wait.
Stay alert! Thanks for the advice there, Wesker. I remember
dreadful.
I remember first seeing that. We couldn't stop doing that, like, when we were walking around saying, okay, you go and take the dogs out. Stay alert! And in-game, there's an awkward pause, like, looks at Wesker for about 3 seconds, turns around, then walks away like, yeah, I couldn't believe that either.
Well, you see, it's quite simple. He tried to take responsibility. He took 2 steps outside, realized the world is a big, scary place, and put responsibility on everyone else. He then realized that he needs help. Serious mental help. He needs to leave. That's the end of the game. That's a secret ending.
Riveting analysis there.
Quite so. But perhaps this is a postmodern release of Resident Evil that needs to be done. And we need to show to the world that video games don't have to be fun. They don't have to be exciting and enjoyable. No, they should not be. They should be
boring.
They should be boring. They should be educational. They should be art. Hi, I'm Jake the Voice, and I'm the new writer for Kotaku.com. And now no one likes me. All my friends hate me for this reason.
Do you think we could see Tyrant now?
Barry, you're so optimistic.
I don't understand why Jill is being so sassy about it. Barry's making a good point saying maybe we should check out this tyrant thing.
Aye.
You know, we can't let this creature get out and cause havoc. And Jill's just like, Barry, you are like so optimistic, like an absolute drama queen. I mean, he's got a good point. Why are you acting like this, Jill?
Maybe secret twist, she's trying to hinder him from going to do so.
I don't know. Cow? I do not know. So, women. Am I right, Barry? Am I right?
Women.
It's over, Barry.
Really? Wesker is a crazy man.
He didn't even show any relief that it was over.
He's a crazy man.
He's a crazy man. Haru. Can I just point out that Jill almost sounded like he was like, it's over, Barry. Like, you couldn't even remember her name. Wesker's a crazy man. Barry, you're not talking to a group of 6-year-olds, are you? It sounds like he's doing a pantomime, like Resident Evil the pantomime.
Oh, no, he didn't.
Oh, yes, he did. Honestly, he's probably going to go, watch out for Wesker, kids. Wesker's a crazy man. Ooh, scary. Here comes Wesker now. Be sure to say, Wesker, don't Wesk. So that was bad voice acting in video games. Resident Evil. I think that was the 13th batch we've done to date. 13.
Might be 13, I've lost
An
count.
unlucky number, Jake.
I think I've lost count as well. Let's say, for the record, let's say 13. Well, did you know that Command & Conquer Red Alert for the PlayStation had a few nifty cheats to it? To get money in the game, you have to harvest fields of gold and minerals with harvest trucks, and then you get that to a refinery, get it all chucked in, cha-ching, money.
They've got to get it from somewhere.
Who the hell's going to be walking around each field right before a battle between the Allies and the Soviets in this fantastic RPG game? Who's going to be walking around with a big bucket of gold and jewels, spilling them all over the fields and snow and terrain, going, well, I'm sure someone's going to dig this up and make them really, really rich. Who the hell's been doing that?
It's a conspiracy. The rich people actually hid the jewels underground for us to find.
Only that the Soviets were also on this job. They figured this out and started digging this up themselves. All right here on Infowars.com. Alex Jones.
Putting chemicals in the jewels that make them easier to find.
I don't want people putting chemicals in the water to turn the frogs Soviet. Grr, grr. But anyway. So anyway, the cheats for Command & Conquer Red Alert. There are cheats for the PlayStation mode, which turn the ore and the gold that you get to dig up and convert into money. It changes them to pints of beer.
Oh.
And if you type in that cheat, a message will pop up right at the top corner which says, Pat sucks! Don't drink and play Command & Conquer Red Alert!
I want to drink in Command & Conquer Red Alert.
But it's dangerous stuff, though. Everyone knows that you can't play real-time strategy. You can't command an army and get smashed at the same time.
Before you know it, there's going to be PSAs on television. Don't drink in game. Otherwise, you could turn out like this.
You could turn into a communist,
Something
kids.
completely unrelated.
So there's that. And also, there is a cheat called Soylent Green mode, which replaces the ore and the gold and the gems that you have to dig up for money. It replaces those with people. Just people standing there idly. If you get the trucks to start harvesting them, then you just see actually digging up people sticking out to the ground and turning them into money. And again, called Soylent Green mode.
Or steamed hams. That's not good.
Hyper, if you could implement a cheat for Command & Conquer Red Alert and replace the ore or the gold with anything, just like these cheats did, replacing them with pints of beer, maybe for a big brew up with all the comrades, or replacing them with humans because Soylent Green is people, what would you do? What would you swap them with?
The steamed hams. Well, these are the steamed hams we're having.
Replace the gold and the minerals that you gotta mine for Command & Conquer Red Alert. Replace them with steamed hams. Of course, someone's gonna step in and say, well, allied pigs, you call them steamed when they are obviously grilled.
No, the best thing is if you invade them correctly and you start taking out their food production, you just get a soundbite of like, oh, the gods, my roast is ruined.
Oh, ye gods, my base is ruined.
But what if I go to the other side and disguise it as my own base? Delightfully devilish, senor.
You blow up a base and you get like an allied spy to rush over to the Soviets and say, yes, I bet. Good lord, what is happening in there? An aurora borealis? An aurora borealis! At this time of year, in this part of the battlefield, localized entirely in Soviet outpost. Yes.
Yes.
May I see it? No.
That was a good accent. I'm impressed with the tongue rolling.
Well, you can tell I've been practicing. You can't go wrong with Simpsons references, can you? Alright then, so that was all about Command & Conquer Red Alert and the quirky cheats that you get on the PlayStation version. Earlier, we were talking about Resident Evil, the first game, and bad voice acting.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be pretty cool to share a funny little anecdote regarding one of the spin-offs in the series, and one of me and my brother's favourite spin-offs, Resident Evil Outbreak File 2. Same sort of gist, where you've got to overcome, the hordes of zombies and zombie variants like, zombified animals.
Yeah.
Mutated zombie, like, frogs and lizard things. And then some sort of, like, horrifying creatures that you gotta come up and fight against as well. And, except with Outbreak File 2, you've got AI. You've got, like, companion survivors that you can either tell them to get lost and stuffed, or you can try and persuade them to come along and help you. You help them and fight the zombies and escape. Honest to God, the AI was so freaking stupid. I remember once when, I was playing as these characters, I got a shotgun and some shotgun rounds. I thought, yeah, I won't need this pistol. Here you go, lady. Thank you. And have 100 bullets. Wow, this is a lot of bullets. And so she ran off. I discovered that she swapped the 100 bullets for a single clip with 13 in it. What the hell? I swear that sometimes you give them like a really important weapon, like, here's a pistol, here's an iron pipe, this is gonna do some pretty good damage, and they decide to replace it for like a friggin' stick. Literally, there is a stick as a weapon. You throw it once and you lose it. It does minimal, pitiful, pooey damage. And they throw it, lose it, and they're like, huh? Give me a weapon, I'm scared, help,
Unless
help!
You jam it into the zombie's eyeball or something.
Jam it in their face if they do it again. Seriously, the AI is freaking thick as frozen poo, quite honestly. They really are stupid as hell. And I remember doing some boss battles yesterday. 2 of them were just running around in circles aimlessly, and I was the only one trying to fight the boss, which in this case, since I escaped, like, the zoo in Resident Evil Outbreak File 2, overcome the zombies, a zombie elephant. I managed to trap a zombie elephant into the pen. We escaped. However, guarding the exit was a zombie lion. So I had to get a hunting rifle and take that down. It's like, you know, guys, you could help me, but the AI were like just running around picking their noses like, oh, yuck. And I'm thinking, look, I've got to kill zombie Mufasa right here. Is anyone going to help me?
You need to help him remember who he is.
The king of the jungle. The undead jungle.
Everything the light touches is our kingdom, including all of you, and you're gonna be food. Blah, blah. Scar. So, for God's sake. And then I finally killed the friggin' lion. It's like, yeah, thanks guys, goodbye. And then I had to kill like a gigantic mutated tick. We were really low health, because it kept summoning like enemy ticks to kind of like chomp on us. We all had danger low health. Finally killed it, and everyone was limping around like, I need help, I need help. And then discovered, dude, the train is leaving shortly, please get on. And like dramatic dun 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 dun. I thought, uh-oh. Oh, health. I gave myself health. I was like, so long, suckers. Because I thought, well, you guys weren't really following me when I was saying, follow me, I know the way, I need help. So, yeah. But no, I went off ahead and I escaped. But then the game said, well, technically, since they were alive, 3 survivors escaped as well, so...
They didn't.
Okay.
They must have escaped somehow.
Somehow, you know, I would have thought, well, actually, they probably would have got hit by my train. I think it just got hit by the train, like, flattened in a comic style, like, saying, there, man, I managed to escape. Yeah, you hit us, you know, wait for us next time. Oh, at least you got out safely. At least you're with the train.
They're holding signs saying, help.
Help! Put us in! No, that's fine. You're stuck on the windshield. That's what you get for not helping me. You idiot! There were some pretty quirky moments with the AI and the dialogue system. Are you surprised, Hyper?
Am I ever surprised by what Resident Evil has to offer?
You never are. You've reached that point where nothing will surprise you
anymore.
I'm
at that point where I'm numb. I am numb. The only thing I know is just take a look at this!
Yeah, with dialogue like that, you're pretty much ready to accept anything in the Resident Evil series. Well, the AI, again, it can be pretty goofy at times. Like, this one character called Mark, who, sometimes I start calling out to a different character, Cindy, come on! And then I just hear faintly in the background, no!
No!
Go to hell, Mark, I'm not talking to you. Cindy, let's go! No! I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to the lady of the group. Did you just assume my gender, Kevin? If you must know, I identify as a lady.
Damn the patriarchy.
Dialogue with a talking lion.
We are fighting the patriarchy right here, boys. Woo! Can I get a holla holla, folks? Mark, shut up.
There should be like a Ginyu force of SJWs. Doki Shantae. SJW. No. It would be called Kotaku. We're gonna fight the patriarchy, Lord Frieza. But anyway. Dang flabbit.
So yeah, the AI, like I say, they aren't the smartest in the world, and yeah, they are. Sometimes when you're fighting zombies, the AI will shout out random ad libs, like with Mark. He goes. Sometimes when he shoots zombies, he goes, "Don't give up on me," or "What should I do now?" There's also
who voiced him? Was it Booker T or Big Smoke?
Kevin, you gotta help me. I have 2 number 9s. Number 9 lords.
And you end up doing the spinneroonie.
There's a spinneroonie because you've escaped.
Can you dig it, sucker?
Nice work, Mark. You're doing extra damage against that zombie. 2 of my favorite lines from Mark in Resident Evil Outbreak File 2, which, again, he just yells at random at the most awkward of times. He yells, enough! Okay? Like, sometimes he kills a zombie and he goes, enough! Sometimes when he kills a zombie and reloads, sometimes he goes, ooh. Just a really dim-witted, random call out to the world, just like, ooh. Thanks for that important little addition right there, Mark. I really needed to know that. So that was all about Resident Evil Outbreak, File 2. I think maybe we should talk about perhaps a funny little anecdote I remembered recently.
Do you have a funny anecdote that you remembered recently?
I do have a funny anecdote that I remembered recently.
Then you've got to tell me the funny anecdote that you remembered recently.
I'm gonna tell you the okay, this joke's terrible. Moving on. So, funny stuff. Me and my brother, we love to play games where we get to kind of customize characters, create all sorts of goofy people, and get them shoehorned into any sort of scenario. So that's why...
Chinese.
Don't remind me about that fantastic, poorly
won't
designed
remind you
wrestler.
ever again.
I'll remind people after this anecdote about the Iron Chinese, about that fantastic custom-made wrestler, but in any case, my brother, when he was playing Saints Row 2 and Saints Row 3, what my brother did, he decided to get his mate, created Harry Potter and Ron Weasley from, well, the Harry Potter movies, put them in Saints Row 2, armed them with things like TNT bombs and rocket launchers, things like that, and got inside a blue car, activated the flying car cheat, and started floating around, zipping through the air in this friggin' blue car, blowing people up as well.
You risked the exposure of our world.
Harry and Ron, what are you doing? You stupid idiots, you're not supposed to reveal your powers to the muggles. Or maybe this is like a subplot that... what's the author's name again?
J.K. Rowling.
J.K. Rowling, thank you. I'm supposed to know this. I'm British. I'm supposed to know this, but I don't.
It's your job.
Don't blame me. J.K. Rowling never bothered to discuss the subplot involving Harry Potter and Ron Weasley, maybe going into the world of Saints Row because of a backfired spell, and then entering the world of Vice, grabbing themselves some rocket launchers and Semtexes, picking fights on people, throwing bombs on cars, sending them flying. I think this is a fantastic idea for a Harry Potter spin-off. And I think many people, the kids especially, will enjoy it. They'll understand what goes on in the seedy world of crime and also get a very, very persuasive, educative kind of experience from it all, methinks.
Let's have them drop Semtex bombs out. Yes, J.K. Rowling is all over that.
Who wouldn't want to see that anyway? This actually made Harry Potter interesting, customizing them, shoving into Saints Row, and giving them explosive weaponry. That could make any Harry Potter movie exciting. They're boring anyway. Why not give them explosives? Start telling them. Just tell them. Okay, go GTA style. Go postal. Go crazy. I can just imagine Albus Dumbledore just kind of be sitting there like, "Yo, what is up in the hippity hop, my fellow gangsters? Harry and okay, this isn't working. Listen, you morons! You're not supposed to destroy the Muggle world. You're not supposed to rob them as well." But we're glad you did.
You weren't supposed to destroy the Muggle world, you were supposed to save it! You were the chosen ones!
You moron! Sorry, Dumbledore, we kind of got a bit mixed up. Well, then again, you did mark at least half the world at gunpoint, so that way we did get enough money to sort out all those renovation repairs. You know, we're not getting enough money here at Hogwarts, you see. So I guess you're off the hook. You're off the hook for now, so go along then, Harry and Ron. You go continue doing what you do best, and where the hell is Hagrid? I wonder. And then Hagrid turns out to be one of the rival gang leaders. Maybe just
I like to think he's one of the guards outside the club. Oh wait, no, I can't let you in.
Hagrid was in Saints Row. He would be part of the gangs, he would be part of the Sons of Anarchy. And he'd be like a big biker gang, you know, with the three-wheeled motorbikes, and he'd be riding around, floating in the air going, "Hello, Harry. All right then, Harry. We got a shipment of those dragon eggs. We want to get some of those in." Yeah, this is a really rubbish impression of Hagrid, so please don't kill me.
Hello, Harry.
What the? Jeez, that was tough. It was actually really tough to do for too long. Oh yeah, I've got to explain about the Iron Chinese. Yeah, for those who don't know, the Iron Chinese is one of the worst custom-made ever seen, created by an old flatmate of mine. And he created a maybe 5 foot tall, big spiky blocky muscles, a big square belly, a cowl, a blue generic pants. And it said that the Iron Chinese is a wrestler from Iraq. From Afghanistan. And he's a Caucasian male. And we pointed out that if you've got big blocky muscles and if he's 5 foot tall, not only could he just hold him back with one arm, he's going to get tangled up in the ropes all the time, like, "I'm going to defeat you, John Cena. Let me get through the rope. Oh no, I'm stuck. High up.
No, you're not doing that again. The last I'm going to put my head through the wall.
Surely that's what someone who's called the Iron Chinese from Afghanistan who's a Caucasian male, that's what he's going to sound like, Hyper. Come on. In any case, so, that was all about Saints Row 2 and my brother creating the Harry Potter cast in it for some reason. And of course, the mystery of the Iron Chinese solved.
What? I've been waiting for you, friends.
I'm not leaving you behind!
Dr. Wowie.
I'm not a terrorist!
Calm down!
Impossible!
Just take a look at this.
Oh no!
What's going on with that radio? I have done all I told you. Ho! What?
Yeah.
This bad voice acting megamix is a medley of some of our favourite bad voice acting samples from video games.
Yeah, you're right. But just take a look at this.
Take a look at this!
We couldn't have started off without Resident Evil, could we? Oh man, I can so imagine like a miniature version of Barry Burton maybe coming home from school or as the Americans call it, kindergarten, coming back saying, "Check out the thing I just made at school." "What did you make, Barry?" "It's a painting." "Just take a look at this." "Wow, you got a gold star. Well done."
You're lucky. Brown strike!
Brown strike.
Oh my god, I love this one. The dreaded move from Evil Zone, which had Paul Eiding, better known as the voice of the Colonel from the Metal Gear series. That's quite a name for a special move there. Ever come across a move like that and say Dragon Ball Z? You know, you've got your things like the Kamehameha, you've got Destructo Disc, Spirit Bomb, Brown Strike! Oh man. The dreaded Brown Strike. Honestly, it sounds like...
Pick a colour, any colour, then pick a movement.
Honestly, it sounds like a brand name for some sort of jar of laxatives. I'm Paul Eiding, and when I have problems on the toilet, I take my favourite kinds of laxatives. Brown Strike! And there we go. My stomach feels empty, and I've lost 10 pounds, all thanks to Brown Strike laxatives. Of course, in case someone starts writing in either saying, "You can't advertise on the radio, that's racist," or in case someone writes in saying, "Please, I want to buy 10 jars." No, it's not a real thing, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did kind of turn it into a real thing. I don't know, I've had a pretty big meal yesterday. I feel like having a Brown Strike on my own after the show, if you get what I mean, ladies. Yeah, I'm gonna get in trouble, aren't I?
Colonel Kadar of the Republic of Libid. Mr. Lee of the Hong Kong Mafia. Chairman Steve of the Dual Foundation.
Chairman Steve? But that's, we haven't covered this game before. That's from a game called Last Alert. Yeah, not only is that narrator absolute rubbish, considering he sounds like this, it's General whatever from the evil General Gang. There's Lee Hung of the Hong Kong Mafia, and then there's Chairman Steve. He's available.
Yeah, he's just there.
That's all there is to say. Anyway, moving on with the League of Evil People. If he's part of this...
Is he the chairman of evil?
Well, it's supposed to be like some sort of like group of evil bad guys. Well, because as we all know, a chairman has to be evil. If you work for a company, then you have to be evil, full stop. Everyone knows that.
Yeah, that's just a fact.
Definitely. I can just imagine the League of Evil Bad Guy Goodness. Even though it's badness, of course. Evil Bad Guy Badness starting. Alright then everyone, roll call. We have General Nakumba of the Evil Organization of Nasty Bad Guys. We have also Lee Hong of the Hong Kong Mafia Triad Syndicate. We have Chairman Steve.
Can I say you blew it? If the need weren't so great, I'd have you on the next flight back to the freezer. Now get out there and do it right.
I'd have you on the board by Sunday, I'd have you on the boat by Monday, and you'd be in another country by Tuesday. What can I say, son? You blew it. I can't believe it. Where are my cigars? I need pictures of Spider-Man on my desk by Friday.
That was from William Shatner's Tech War, and that was William Shatner on camera there, and that was William Shatner angry. Yeah.
Confirmed. We even love him.
If it was William Shatner, it would be like, "Peter Parker, I want you to get photos of Spider-Man. So go and get them." And one says, "Mr. Jameson, sir, I'm afraid we don't have any Spider-Man photos available." We're going to say, "Parker, you blew it. If the need wasn't so great." We're back to the freezer now. Now get out there and do it right. Don't get me wrong, William Shatner's a great actor, but this is during his kind of like wash-out kind of phase, where, you know, starring in pretty much anything that's kind of offered to him. I could do an angry kind of by the book kind of gentleman saying, yes, you need to take out these intergalactic nasty bad guys peddling a fictional drug called tech. Yes, I can do that. Well, what can I say? You blew it. If the deal was so great, this is as angry as you get. You suck. You ate my pie. No one likes you. You smell bad. Honestly, that's as angry as he gets. You could go around shooting pretty much anyone. Shooting all the good guys, shooting the civilians of the future with your laser guns. And as angry as William Shatner's gonna get, it is quintessentially, what can I say? You blew it. You don't do the job well. No one likes you. You smell. Now get out there and do it right. Wow, okay, well, I just...
Raiden. Shang Tsung, you defy the Elder Gods. You are violating the rules of Mortal Kombat, you traitor.
Raiden. That was the voice of Shang Tsung from Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks. Raiden, this sounds like the voice of a 500-year-old evil sorcerer who takes people's souls. Urgh, I am old man. Ooh, scary. Org, Raiden, I'm gonna beat you up. And I think Lord Raiden, who's supposed to be a god of thunder, and the best voice they could give him was, Shang Tsung, you defy the Elder Gods. Does that sound like the voice of a thunder god? Someone who's high and mighty and powerful and not even mortal? Why does he sound like William Shatner? Why has he got William Shatner voice acting with his syllables all over the place? You defy the Elder Gods. Thank you. Not the Elder Gods, but the Elder Gods. Thank you, Raiden. What can I say, Shang Tsung? You blew it. The need wasn't so great. I had to do this and that. Now, give me photos of Spider-Man, Shang Tsung.
Give me photos of Spider-Man for the elders, young Sam.
We need photos of Spider-Man for the Mortal Kombat tournament, you traitor.
Where the hell did I put that?
Where the hell did I put it?
Okay, I'm gonna take you by surprise here, Hyperion. Okay, number one, yes. That was from Dead Island. We haven't covered that as well. That's a bonus little snippet for this week's bad voice acting mega mix. Number two, that was an Australian accent.
Radio.
Yeah, that was an Australian bloke, apparently.
Juggling gravel and thumbtack.
Does that sound like an Australian hyper? You ever come up to someone who would, where the hell did I put that?
No, not unless they smoke 6 packs a day for their whole life and they're 50.
You walk past this guy, he keeps staring at you, just folding his arms across his big beer belly. Run past him at top speed. Where the hell did I put that?
It doesn't sound right.
It sounds a bit dodgy. Where the hell did I put that? Dude, stop saying that, please.
Can't talk, mate.
This is what Australian people sound like in Dead Island. Where the hell did I put that?
It sounds completely wrong. I can't even tell what accent that is.
Honest to God.
They didn't even give him the word matey or g'day or brah. Nah.
We just get a person talking like that.
He sounds a bit like Shang Tsung for the previous sample.
Raiden, where the hell did I put that?
Shang Tsung? I do not know. Stop asking me that, you traitor.
Just tell me where I put that. Just tell me where I put that.
Just tell me where I put that.
I've heard you're a bit tasty. No messing around or you get a slap. Remember, I'm the monkey and you're the cheese grater.
Grand Theft Auto London.
I'm the monkey and you're the cheese grater.
That is the best bit of British slang right there. I'm the monkey and you're the cheese grater. Who wrote this script? And why are you calling me tasty? I'm not a sandwich, pal. I'm supposed to be a notorious British gangster from the 1960s. That's what.
You sure look tasty.
That's what Grand Theft Auto London's all about. But you sure look tasty. It's like he's yawning.
You look tasty, mate. I could go for a bite of you.
Maybe he's sleep voice acting. Just, I heard you're a bit tasty.
Nah, I just yawned then, didn't work. I forced it out.
I'm the monkey and you're the cheese grater. I just woke up having a very strange dream that I was a gangster saying some completely balmy British stuff.
I had a dream that I was a cheese grater. Oddly enough, I was at the zoo and they wouldn't leave the poor monkey alone.
Oh, darn. Cheese grater. That was bad voice acting in video games, the bad voice acting mega mix. Number 1.
It was a great dream.
So in Hitman, Agent 47 can come across 2 interesting figures in the fictional Spanish town Sapienza. Underneath the mansion, deep in the underground sewer pipes, there's a gent dressed in red and a gent dressed in green. They are plumbers called Mario Salvadori and Luigi Salvadori, who wear red and green overalls respectively.
Of course.
Yeah.
They brought Mario into this.
And Luigi. And Green Mario. Green Mario. Yeah, so just as a little giggle, they decided to implement two plumbers dressed in red and green called Mario and Luigi Salvatore. In Hitman, you can actually knock out the plumbers and take their outfits as well. So you're walking around as a red or a green plumber with Mario or Luigi on your outfit. So if you see a 6-foot-tall gent with an angry scowl on his face and no facial hair, they're not one of the Mario brothers.
I wouldn't think so.
If you walk by one of these plumbers, just jump, raising one hand and go, woohoo! One of them's going to turn around and go, oh yeah, or ha-ha!
Oh yeah.
Otherwise, if the gent looks at you angrily, then it's probably Agent 47 in disguise. That's how you know these things.
Yeah. Sneaky Jake.
Then again, you never know. He might be trying to blend in. He might be trying to fool people into thinking that he's most definitely one of the Mario plumbers. Hey, is that Agent 47, the notorious hitman? No, I'm not.
That's not me.
Alright then, prove it. Prove that you're really Mario.
I hate mushrooms.
Yippee whippy. Damn, he's really got a really good impression. Well, alright then, alright. You're off the hook, mister. Wait.
Ooh.
But I'd recommend throwing blue shells at people, but again, maybe that's not what a stealth action hitman would kind of do. After all, everyone knows when you get hit by a blue shell. 47's not going to get a silent assassin rating if he's throwing big blue shells causing things to explode. Of course, he would use banana skins.
But with these games, you never get a good silence rating.
Wait, you just drop a banana skin next to, you know, the evil bad guy. Hey, it's Vladimir Levorenko, the evil Russian mafia boss. I shall...
Geez, Luigi, it's really nice of Hitman to invite us to lunch. Banana... Oh! He's got a lawsuit on him.
I hope he made lots of spaghetti. Luigi, look, it's Agent 47, and he's got to take out the evil boss.
In fact, no, I can probably imagine Agent 47 being called in to eliminate Bowser.
Mamma mia, it's Agent 47. He's got to take a Bowser so we can get the princess back. Oh yeah, go Agent 47.
And just have 47 walk in, banana skin, just have the dramatic orchestral music play in the background like Ave Maria. Slide a banana skin, knock Bowser into the lava. Thank you, Agent 47, but our princess is in another castle.
Best Sunday ever.
Remember, no witnesses. Then again, I'm not ruling out the possibility of 47 using a banana skin to knock over an evil crime lord who's walking around saying, well, I'm going to take over the... Whoa! Oh no, he got hit by a banana skin! And a green shell! He's dead. Sounds like the work of an assassin.
Unfortunate.
Sounds like the work of an assassin. That was all about Hitman and the very strange Mario Brothers related Easter egg in Hitman, where Agent 47 can indeed find the Mario Brothers and get their overalls. Well, Mod Mania for this week is called Steamed Hams, but it's Hotline Miami.
Yes! Steamed Hams, son!
Yes, it's the Steamed Hams skit from The Simpsons, which has just been recreated in Hotline Miami 2. So let me explain now. Hotline Miami 2, top-down shooter, pixelated sort of graphics, synthwave music, very dark theme to it, very colourful visuals, but you're going around and killing lots of bad guys and trying to get combos and rack up points, and some pretty dark themes to the whole thing. So like gratuitously violent, over-the-top nastiness. Hotline Miami 2 had a map maker mode, which the fans have been modding, creating their own little maps and the like. And someone decided to recreate the scene from The Simpsons, the Steamed Hams skit, which has now become a bit of an internet meme, a bit of a fad at the moment, where Principal Skinner is trying to pass off fast food as what he calls steamed hams to Superintendent Chalmers. Only thing is, sure, the whole thing was created in Hotline Miami 2, so in cutscene form, like I say, you get pixelated top-down versions of Principal Skinner and Superintendent Chalmers walking into the lounge. Skinner, of course, checks out his kitchen, discovers that his roast is on fire and thus ruined, and goes, but what if I serve fast food and disguise it as my own cooking? Delightfully devilish, Seymour. Skinner jumps out of his window, and here's where things go a little bit weird, Hyper.
Okay.
You see, what happens next is, in this Steamed Hams but it's Hotline Miami mod, it then starts the level of Hotline Miami 2, where Principal Skinner drives up to Krusty Burger, and it's an actual level. You're armed with an assault rifle.
Oh.
Yeah, you're armed with an assault rifle, and inside Krusty Burger are about 10 nasty bad guy, maybe Russian gangsters, I don't know. And they're all waiting in line. If they spot you, and they'll spot you through the windows as well, they'll shoot you, and of course, you die and you have to start again. You've got to basically mow them all down, quickly rush in, grab the Krusty Burgers, to be passed off as Steamed Hams, rush to your car, and that's it. It's quintessentially maybe 15...
It's just that 5-minute space.
It's basically like a 15-second level with about 2 or 3 minutes of cutscenes in between. When Principal Skinner walks into his kitchen and goes, "Excuse me for a moment," and it's supposed to be completely, utterly engulfed in flames because he forgot to turn off the oven. Except in the Hotline Miami 2 mod, Steamed Hams, there's also a body of a dead Russian gangster guy in there, also among the flames. So it's almost like Principal Skinner's going mad now, that he's just have to take down an entire goon squad to get some Krusty Burgers. And then, of course, he comes out, plays the rest of the scene, in-game, of course. "Seymour, the house is on fire!" "No, mother, it's just the
northern lights."
Trying to pass off the fire as Aurora Borealis.
Aurora Borealis. At this time of year, at this time of day, in this part of the country, localized entirely within your kitchen.
Yes. May I see it? No.
Seymour!
The house is on fire! "No, mother, it's just the northern lights." And yeah, it plays the rest of the scene from The Simpsons. But again, for someone to merely recreate that scene, the Steamed Ham skit from The Simpsons, recreate that in Hotline Miami 2 as a playable mission, only that you're going around shooting like maybe some Russian bad guys for about 15 seconds, and then the rest is just cutscenes with slight twists here and there, all done within Hotline Miami 2, like I said, the top-down, ultra-violent shooter. That takes some dedication, considering that it's all just for the sake of, shall we say, poop posting. That's the politically correct term for just making funny internet memes on the internet, just for the sake of giggles, really, just for a laugh.
Just for giggly goods.
That takes dedication, like I said. And I think that is undoubtedly worthy for this week's Mod Mania, because what was the point of the mod? Memes. Simpsons memes.
What? I've been waiting for you, friends.
I'm not leaving you behind!
Dr. Wowie.
I'm not a terrorist! Calm down!
Impossible!
Just take a look at this.
Oh no!
What's going on with that radio? I have done all I told you. Ho! What?
Yeah.
Bad voice acting in video games for this week is none other than The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion.
Me children will thank you for your help.
Thank you, kind sir.
Did that child just suddenly hit puberty overnight or something?
You kind sir.
Is it me, or is he putting it on?
I think he might be just trying to make him sound like "Oh, hello there. Me children will thank you for your help." Oh, have a coin, beggar. "Thank you, kind sir." I'll just have that back. Oh.
Hey, come on.
That got violent.
Oh! What the heck was that supposed to be? Okay,
maybe it was laying down the funk.
You know when you get those kind of like those rap songs, and they're like, "Oh, ow," and things like that, and then you just get Nord go, "Oh!" He's like,
trying to be all hip.
Did he stub his toe?
Oh,
Lord have mercy. Yeah, there are some rather strange like death and pain noises that you hear in the game. Of course, you know when you attack an enemy in a video game, sometimes they go, something like that. But yeah, for some reason the orcs and the Nords, who are cold people of the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, very resilient to the frost. I broke a fingernail. Oh,
only a bit.
You whacked me with my handbag.
Oh, you bad man, come back. It doesn't really fit.
No.
Does it, Hyper?
No. Give her a handbag.
For a reason there.
I will go to the FBI. I will go to the police.
We'll go to the police and get that bad man. Oh, my finger.
Do you realize what day... Oh, sorry. You do realize what day it is, don't you?
Okay, funny story behind this one. This was from a cut quest in the game. There was quite a few cut quests. They just decided to chop out at the last minute. This one, something to do with like a cult or a bunch of happy people saying, "Come on now, don't you know it's time for a grand celebration?" And yeah, for some reason there's an outtake that they didn't bother editing. They just kind of dropped it in there. I suppose because, you know, they cut it out. But yeah, did you realize... Oh, sorry. Did you realize what day it is?
It was the voice actor correcting herself.
Maybe it's like...
Put yourself together, man!
Such an unnatural laugh.
Just reminds me of Richie from Bottom. You know what I love about you, Richie? What's that? You're completely insane.
You know what I love about you, lady? What's that? I know what day it is. You do?
Good to see you, Morris. What news have you heard?
Good to see you, Morris.
What was that?
Sounds like a shifty dude you find in the back alley or something.
Overacting.
This is actually from E3 demo of Oblivion. And it says, "This is the immersive worlds. Let's walk by these gentlemen having a conversation under their own accord." You know, the AI are choosing it to do that themselves.
You too.
So it's like, "Hello there, Stephen. What are you doing?"
Good to see you, Morris.
Oh God, Stephen, what the hell happened to your voice?
I had throat surgery. I smoke 5 packs a day. I lash my teeth.
Give this man a throat lozenge and move on.
Good to see you. Oh, that's much better. Thank you. Yes, good to see you, Morris. Thank you for that lozenge. Yes, those pesky Daedra are at it again.
You're welcome. It's blackcurrant flavored.
I don't like blackcurrant. I like mead with lots of gravel. No, Stephen, no. Oh, what's the...
oh, dear, Morris. You'll have to help me, Morris.
Help me, please.
Classic day. Everyone shut up. I'm doing an impression.
Shut up, Piper.
Have you heard any word about the other provinces?
Bye.
Bye.
I don't like this conversation. Bye.
Bye.
I was honestly hoping you'd start singing about the bird. Have you heard the word about the bird?
I was hoping he was going to mention the mud crabs, but...
Unfortunately, no. Would you like to talk about mud crabs? Oh, certainly, yes. How about we talk about something... Bye.
Have you heard
Right. Well, you don't have to be rude.
He's a fairy tale. The Imperial Watch pretends there is a thief king named the Grey Fox.
Dark Knight Rises, young one.
This is a beggar voice, you see. This is what they... Are all the beggars Scottish now?
Where's Bane?
I think that's a bit insulting. I'm Bane, and I'm going to talk about the Batman
You
now.
think darkness is your ally?
The Dark Knight.
Good to see you, Morris.
Oh no, it's Batman.
What news have you heard?
About the other mud crabs.
Well, have you heard about the mud crabs? I've heard others say the same, but have you heard about the Joker? He's a fairy tale.
I've heard others say the same, Morris.
If the Mythic Dawn manages to open a great gate, Bruma is hopelessly besieged.
If the Mythic Dawn manages to do this and that, Bruma is hopelessly besieged.
like
Bruma's a town. If the Mythic Dawn manages to... Why is he putting so much emphasis? Like, if the Mythic Dawn manages to do this and that, Bruma is besieged.
Well, he clearly doesn't believe he can do it.
Bruma is a very interesting place. They say that's where the men are women.
I think he's probably drunk. Like, if the Mythic Dawn manages to do this and that... Any wrestling fans out there? Because I heard that Paul Heyman manages Brock Lesnar.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman.
I am an advocate to Brock Lesnar, and I manages him for the time. It is wrestling, and he's going to do that. Yeah, he's just like he's depressed and emo with the world. Like, forget it and manages.
It's not a phase.
I reckon that's how the guy from Hatred spoke.
That's who he is.
Crawling in my skin. I don't know why. I know Joffrey is a monk, so he's got like that hair with the missing piece. Just when he said emo, it's like he's just got a bit of a fringe going as well, just like the whole circle.
Dyed piercings.
That makeup and everything on his eyes.
The Daedra's
It's not a phase.
We're gonna lose the world. It's not a phase, Mom. It's not a phase, Emperor. Alright, so that was bad voice acting in video games. The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. I spotted on Twitter an interesting little picture of BioWare. It looked like Anita Sarkeesian of Feminist Frequency, who's been frequently criticized for half-baked discussions. She's been frequently criticized for being very radical with her feminist views and very slapdash.
Very frequently.
Very frequently, yes.
There's a key word here. Frequently.
Now, the thing is, she went to BioWare.
What?
BioWare, creators of the Mass Effect series. It has a dedicated fan base. It's just that the most recent game, Mass Effect Andromeda, was a train wreck. Honestly, and you think, don't put Anita Sarkeesian in the equation. She's going to turn it into a friggin' planetary collapse. It's going to be rubbish. Seriously, I mean, the last one, it had bad animations. It was glitchy as heck. Unlikable characters, poor writing, lame voice acting. Well, let's hire people because equality rather than hire based on skill. You know,
Yeah. Business model.
There could be another Mass Effect in the works, but don't let Anita Sarkeesian get in the works, because, just referring to the characters and writing specifically, a generic female protagonist is not better than a generic male protagonist. They're both rubbish because they're generic. Simply put.
The thing is, the insertion of the word generic is sort of an insult. That's the idea, to make sure you don't do that.
Precisely. You gotta write good characters, fun characters, sexy characters, interesting characters, powerful characters, all sorts.
Not Mrs. John and Joan Default.
Yeah, precisely. Miss John Default. Could they have a sequel? Mass Effect Andromeda 2? I hope not, and I think this is how it would go down, right? Morgan, I'm gonna need your help, because me and Morgan, we're gonna do a bit of a play here in the Cyberden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my.
This is how it's going to go down, right? Morgan, you're going to be the head of BioWare, creators of the Mass Effect series.
Okay.
Let's call you Teddy Bioman. I'm not good with names. We'll call you Teddy Bioman, who is the head of BioWare.
Hello there, player.
And I'm going to be, I don't know the name of the head of the Mass Effect Andromeda series, but...
Let's just call him Chris.
Yeah, let's call him Christian Equality. He's going to have a dweeby name, because he's probably changed it, because he's a right SJW, social justice warrior type. Now, this guy actually got a lot of flack on Twitter for posting very insulting comments, but of course, it's not insulting if you're insulting just, Caucasian males. No, that's racist still.
It's racist to your own people, man.
But nevertheless, so anyway, yeah, he got quite a bit of flack. So but like I say, I don't know the guy's name. I can't remember, and can you blame me? So let's call him, like I say, Christian Equality. He'll have a dweeby name like that. So I can imagine walking in, I've got a big stack of paperwork saying Mass Effect Andromeda 2 ideas, and I'm going to walk in and say, Teddy, hi there, it's me, Christian Equality. Now, I know what you're thinking. Mass Effect Andromeda, it was terrible. Bad writing, we hired a bunch of SJWs to work on the team rather than valuable, useful people. The animations were terrible. We shoehorned in all sorts of stuff for the sake of equality. No one liked the characters or the writing, the music, the gameplay was shoddy. It was unpolished and... Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Basically, what I'm asking for, Mr. Teddy Bioman, I'm asking for Mass Effect Andromeda 2. One more game.
How dare you, Christian Equality? Get out of my office. Get out!
But Teddy Bioman, I forgot to tell you, I'm a feminist.
Why, of course you can have Mass Effect Andromeda 2. Make another 5 of them.
There was a time when I wasn't a feminist.
How dare you, Christian Equality? Get out of my office. Get out, I say!
That's what the Undertaker played.
But I'm a feminist now.
Why, of course you can have another game. I mean, have as many sequels as you like.
Honestly, I honestly think that must be what goes down. They're just kind of like trying to shoehorn in political correctness and let's make some characters who have boyfriends, and we must clarify that 10 times a minute. Who cares? I mean, Hyper, you love Overwatch, don't you?
Oh yes, all the time.
Don't they have some fantastic female protagonists, great writing, who are interesting and varied with their views, sexualities, their their stances in society? Like, some have autism, some are mothers on the battlefield, fully clothed, some are not. The variety.
Yes, that's the general idea. Considering there's so many of them, we can still somehow get a good story out of them, yeah.
Precisely, and great writing. You would say that is how you write some strong female protagonists compared to like the likes you've seen in Mass Effect Andromeda.
As
right?
opposed to making the whole thing about it, absolutely.
Precisely. Basically say, this is the character, the one trait is she's a woman. No, it says, this is character, she has autism, and therefore that changes her perspective on things as a hero. She's morally ambiguous at times, perhaps, what she's doing. You know, that actually adds flesh and meat and bone to the character.
Yeah.
Rather than, she's a woman, she has a girlfriend, and that's it. That's basically what any Sarkeesian's doing.
That's the end of the story.
And it's done.
It's like in development, they don't even put any thought into it. They just scribble some stuff on crayons.
She's going to have a girlfriend, and this man's going to have a beard, but he doesn't like men, and this person...
Stephen, please calm
I
down.
need to watch here.
Stephen, that's a lovely drawing, but you're supposed to be writing a script for Mass Effect Andromeda 2, you moron! I honestly think that the team who worked on Mass Effect Andromeda, for making such a rubbish character, they should be sent in a one-on-one match against the Undertaker player.
Holla.
Let's get it on. It's only fair. All right then, so that was a bit of a rant. Mod Mania for this week is Steamed Hams, but it's a playable Team Fortress 2 map. Okay then, so yeah, this is obviously based on the skit from The Simpsons where Principal Skinner is trying to pass off fast food as steamed hams to Superintendent Chalmers.
His own cooking.
Delightfully devilish, Seymour. So, yeah, someone's actually turned it into a map for Team Fortress 2. So, on two sides of the map, there are burger restaurants owned by Red and Blue, respectively. In the center is Principal Skinner's house. So, you've got to collect steamed hams. You got to do that by killing other players, collect the steamed hams, and then take them to Skinner's unforgettable luncheon, which is represented by a table with hamburgers on them, which is, strangely enough, on a metal grating, distended over a deep pit, underneath the exhaust of a rocket, all inside Skinner's house, which is also on fire, but of course that's just the Northern Lights.
Help! Help!
Six thumbs up. So, yeah, once you get enough steamed hams, the house will actually set on fire. I guess it's like first to 200 steamed hams wins. And that's really it. Yeah, funny enough, the map sky, I think it's at a certain point, the map sky will change to Aurora Borealis. just like what Principal Skinner says.
Aurora Borealis.
At this time of year.
Localized entirely within your kitchen.
Yes.
May I see it?
No.
So, yeah, I'm pretty happy to see that so many people are going all out with the steamed hams skits for The Simpsons.
My favourite one is the LA Noire one. Someone commented, like, because in the end, basically, Superintendent Chalmers fails the case. Someone commented, "You disappoint me, Gary Chalmers. There's some lumps, boy. I need a full confession."
Oh man, I would love to see that put into LA Noire, but right about now, like I say, Team Fortress 2 though, I mean, think about it. Team Fortress 2 is available on Steam. Something to keep in mind.
Yes.
And if someone's actually going to spot fire coming out of that house, then you're probably going to get someone saying, "Seymour, the house is on fire!" It's just the pyros, mother. Then again, when you think about it, if you're rushing around a map in Team Fortress 2, fighting mercenaries for steamed hams, you know, fast food to be passed off as steamed hams, to be put on a table underneath a rocket which will set the house on fire, and then the Aurora Borealis will actually appear in the sky, that was an unforgettable luncheon. In retrospect, the amount of steamed ham skits, parodies of The Simpsons and that one sketch. I mean, last week we talked about a level in Hotline Miami 2, which is a top-down shooter. You gotta rush to Krusty Burger, shoot down these evil bad guys and collect steamed hams that way. And let's make this 2 for 1. You know, there's actually a mod for Doki Doki Literature Club, or Doki Doki, whatever, which turns that anime dating game into a skit from steamed ham, saying, "Oh, my cupcakes are ruined." But what if I was to serve fast food in disguise as my own cooking? Delightfully devilish, Natsuki. Honestly, it's brilliant. It is a free-to-download mod. It's called Steamed Hams, but it's a Team Fortress 2 map. And that's for as the title implies, Team Fortress 2, the class-based shooter, free to play on Steam. In Resident Evil, you can unlock a rocket launcher. It has unlimited ammo. You can only get this if you beat the game within 3 hours and get an A rank.
I did that on the second one. I got A ranking on all 4 scenarios.
Really?
Didn't save at all. No first aid sprays, nothing like that. Got the Gatling gun and the rocket launcher.
Wow. In the Resident Evil Survivor Horror series, when you do complete it like multiple times over, really quickly and top grades, you get some really awesome gear. With the first one, it's just a simple infinite ammo rocket launcher, and I think it's kind of funny, when you equip it, they're kind of just waving it around nonchalantly. Which, when you think about it, it's a bit weird considering, say, like, there's a scene where Chris, he walks through the door and he shoots a hunter, like a mutated, like, lizard. It's kind of weird when he just goes, dun-dun, well, what are they? I think, don't think that's supposed to happen, but okay. Well, like I say, we all know how bad the voice acting in Resident Evil is, don't we?
Oh, yeah. Be aware!
I have this.
My boy, Bear.
Go on, Hyper, say your favorite line.
Just take a look at this.
Yeah, so we could go on and on about how rubbish the voice acting is in that game. So imagine the scenes like, for example, when, say that Jill walks up to Barry. Barry's like, whoa, this hallway's dangerous. And says, I've got something for you. It's really powerful, especially against living things. And you think, well, Barry, I am holding a rocket launcher. I think I'm probably packed for life here.
No, you should take it anyway.
No, Barry, I don't...
Take it.
Okay, sorry, don't hurt me. But what about you, Barry? I have this. Well, Barry, I've got a rocket launcher. But I have this. But that's a Magnum, Barry. It's not as good as a rocket launcher. Yeah.
I still have this.
I still have this, you know. But, you know, there's actually a scene when you are confronted by your supposed commander, Albert Wesker. And it turns out he's a bad guy.
Wesker!
Dun, dun, dun.
And you hear Barry do that, so, Wesker! Kind of rubbish yell. You discover he's a betrayer. And he's got an ultimate creation, like an evil creature that he's made for his own notorious deeds. So imagine the scene. Wesker's pointing a gun at you, saying, Chris, I knew that you would be a thorn in my side or something like that, and I'm going to kill you. Oh, wait, what's that? Oh, this is just my rocket launcher. I can kill you easily. Oh, well, can we talk this over? Let's have some pie. Let's have some pie and tea.
What's over there?
What's that? Wow, that was easy. Anyway, let's get the hell out of...
Actually,
it doesn't really add up when you unlock the infinite ammo rocket launcher in Resident Evil, and you're going through the cutscenes, and you see them. You see the protagonist waving around the rocket launcher nonchalantly, thinking, this could easily get this guy out of any sort of scenario. Like, oh shoot, the door's locked. Stand back, Jill. Stand back for what? All right, Jill. Well, let's go.
Again, I remember using the infinite rocket launcher on the second game.
Yeah.
Yeah, face the tyrant again. At the end, obviously it makes this big entrance, and then Ada eventually gives you the rocket launcher to blow him up. Literally, as soon as it started, he did his roar, his like, roar, music started. Aimed at him, like, game over. I was like, oh, well, that was easy.
That was easy enough. It's the tyrant, game over. Oh. That was the tyrant! Is that it? Seriously? Okay. Honestly, that would make everything so much easier when you think about it. So, that was the fantastic reward you get in the Resident Evil series. If you're very good and very quick, you get an infinite ammo rocket launcher. And how
It's just unfair, man.
Are you sure? It makes everything a lot more fun in ways.
Fun in hindsight, but unfair in reality.
It really cuts the game in half, to be honest, because you get like a pile of zombies, you're like, well, guess it's time for this again.
Oh, jeez. But like I say, I think it's probably funny in Resident Evil 1 when you're just waving it around like like it's just any old thing. Oh, yeah, nothing to make a big deal out of. Okay, then, let's go. It's the ultimate creation, Tyrant. And it's going to kill... You were saying, Wesker? Oh, is it hot in here, or is it me? I'm just going to lay it down on the floor now. You can go. Are you crying, Wesker?
No, I'm not just...
That was all about Resident Evil and the Infinite Ammo rocket launcher.